What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to 10 in the Pit. Today we are going to do the full ball review on that brand new Nebula from Motiv. Put holes in this about 2.5 to 3 weeks ago. Symmetrical. They're advertising it as one of their longest, most angular pieces to date. And if you guys watched the live where I did the fresh off the press and the live at the same time, I wasn't too sold on this bowling ball. I was really not very happy fresh out of box. I can tell you about 3 games later, boy did this ball change. This has probably been one of the more fun and more exciting bowling balls to throw in a long time. I'm gonna bowl us a game. I'm gonna try to beat 245 that I shot with the Viking. I've been using the Viking and the Nebula in the same bag. This is right after league. Not the freshest house shot, so this should be perfect for the Nebula, I'm hoping. I will say that if you just got done watching the Viking review, I like to play the Viking a little bit more vertical. I can get left with it, but this Nebula, I have a hard time playing this one vertical. I will try to throw a couple up 10 at some point to show you, or maybe I'll just start the video out that way, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna bowl us a game, I'm gonna zoom in. We're gonna dig into this Nebula and see if it's worth your guys' hard-earned money. Alrighty guys, Motiv Nebula, symmetrical. They're advertising this as their longest, quickest, most angular ball off the spot. I said it won't play 10. I'm gonna show you in a little bit. I'm gonna try to find my line with this ball. We're gonna go to 27. We're gonna play in between the second and third arrow, more third arrow. All right, okay, 10 pin. Thought that was a decent ball. I guess I was wrong. How many of you guys have been struggling with these 10 pins? I have. The other day at league, I missed 2 of these. And I can say it's does not make it easy to shoot high scores when you're missing corner pins. There's one. Hopefully that's the only one I gotta shoot. Guess I gotta hit it just a touch harder. That came in a little bit behind the head pin. A couple more revolutions, that ball would have hit it perfect. So we're not gonna move, we're just gonna hit the ball a little bit harder on the bottom. So 27. In between the third and fourth arrow. Just a little bit more aggressive of a hand placement. Okay, just like so. If you guys remember the fresh off the press or the live I shot with this ball, as you can tell, not the same reaction as I was getting fresh out of box. It did take a couple of games to break in, and now that it has broken in, whoo, this thing is fun to throw. We're gonna go 28 now. Third and fourth arrow again. It's one of those balls that is so long, so quick, and so responsive. You feel like all you have to do is throw it to the right and then it'll come screaming back, and it literally will. As long as you have enough rep rate. Okay, 27. In between the third and fourth arrow. Got to hit it a little bit hard. They're getting a touch weak. Last night at league, I did throw front 9 with it. I've had some decent scores with it. 268, 278, or sorry, 258, 279. All right, we're gonna actually move one board right. 26. Play more to third arrow. That was gross. The fact that that fell, whew. Okay, that was not a good ball. All right, got away with one there. Got away with one there. Damn, this is starting to look a lot like the Primal Viking, or the Viking video. 27. More third arrow. Still in between the third and fourth arrow, but we're playing more 16. That was a good ball. That was a good ball. Like I said, this ball here has been really fun to throw. Great transition bowling ball in my opinion, as long as you're comfortable getting left with it. I know I said I drilled this to play down and in, but this ball doesn't want to play down and in. 27, board 15, 16. Oh, I pulled that a touch. The last one struck, did the same thing. Floated in the middle, caught too much of the volume. Like I said, this ball here, only bad thing about it is it doesn't handle volume very well, but it's not designed to. It does float because of how clean it is. It's not a really good spare ball because it likes to play very quick off the spot. Whew. Okay, got lucky there. Most of my 10 pins and most of my spares that I miss have been with the Nebula, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so not bad. See if we can't get back on the choo-choo train here. I will say that this ball is now quicker than the Primal Rage Evolution. I had that ball when that ball came out, and that ball was quick. This ball's quicker. All right, we're gonna move one board right. We're gonna go to 26. Slow. Gave it to me. Didn't get that ball out the way I normally do. I pulled that inside a little bit and it floated. Actually drove very well. Excuse me. But like I said, this ball has been fun to throw. I know that doesn't register with a lot of people. It's just something that it's not like it's not a normal shape you see. It's not a normal reaction you see. It's just it's fun to throw. Oh, check. Okay. Whew. All right. How are we looking? Oh, 10th frame. Okay. Not a bad little showing. Not a bad little showing at all. This ball is by far one of my favorites right now. This ball is really good. I like it a lot. I don't think I will follow it up with a Viking. I don't think I'll follow a Viking up with it. But it reminds me of a bigger version of the Supra. I would probably follow this up with a Supra clutch or a Supra GT for Arsenal, just to give you an idea. 25, 26. Oh, I didn't hit. Oh, that one there I got out. That was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. It was all hand placement. Came around that one. I didn't come in through it. That was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Now I'm hoping not to show you how I normally miss my spares with this ball. Yeah. Hopefully I can convert this, because this ball is definitely better than the score on the board. Ha! All right. Pin thought about it, sat there and spun for a second. Okay. I'll be able to tie the Viking video, which is fine, if I can put all 10 in the pit. We're gonna move a little bit right off that ball. I know that sounds weird, but here we're in a change hand placement. So that would be 245 with that brand new Nebula. We zoom out here and we'll recap this bad boy really quick. Alrighty guys, 245 Motiv Nebula. Now, during the game I gave you a little bit of details of what I've experienced with this bowling ball. This ball is really fun to throw. As you can tell by the shape of the bowling ball, it's just long, it's quick, and I have to say, I have to agree with Motiv, this is their quickest bowling ball to date. I thought it was going to be really hard to get something quicker than the Primal Rage Evolution, and they did not disappoint. They did not disappoint at all. This ball, at first, my fresh off the press, my live, I was like, bro, what did I just do? I wanted something I could play more right with, yes. So I put a 70 by 5 by 50 layout on this. And at first I thought I screwed the pooch. I thought I messed this ball up. And then about 3 to 4 games after the fresh off the press and the live, this ball came to life. I didn't put a weak enough layout on this bowling ball. As you can tell, this ball likes to move. This ball likes to shape off of the friction. Even though this has got a 5-inch pin on it, the flare rate's still decent. It's still a 70. It goes really, it kind of benefits the cover, goes a little longer, drives off the spot, but not, the cover and core do it all. The layout kind of just plays with it a little bit. 70 by 5 by 50 is one of my favorite control layouts. This ball's quick. This ball is really quick. I told you I would show you up 10. I will throw a couple extra balls. I just want to recap it, and then I will throw a couple up 10 for the end of the video. But because that's where I played fresh out of the box, and no, it's not the same at all. Fresh out of box, I was on the fence whether it was worth my initial investment. After 60 games on this ball, every day I would buy another one. Yeah, like this ball's crazy good. This ball reminds me of a bigger Super GT, and if anybody who knows the channel knows how much of a fan I am of the Super GT, this thing is just, it's bigger, madder brother. Like this thing is crazy. Yes, like give me another one. Every day I would buy another one. Like I can't get a Super GT, so I'm really happy they came out with this. Even though it plays a little bit bigger, I can play that long and steep angle on more volume, not a lot of volume, a little bit more volume than I can the Super GT. The Super GT, phenomenal ball down forward from this bowling ball though. Yeah, no, that's great 2-3 punch there. Game 1, you're gonna throw something like a Raptor Rain, break the lane in a little bit so you can use that friction to your benefit. So my arsenal for it: Raptor Rain, Nebula, Super GT. Those are, yeah, that would be my ideal arsenal. What I've been carrying has been the Raptor Rain, Viking from 900 Global, and the Nebula. I will say I have to move a little bit more left with the Nebula than I probably should game 3, but it does still play game 3 very well. I think you can probably play it game 2. I'm going to find out this week now that I have the Viking review done. That'll be really nice to figure out if I can play this where I want to. I mean, yeah, you can play it, but where I want to is... I did try to use it game 1 a few nights of league, and it's just a little bit too clean. Just like the Viking, I did try to play the Viking game 1. It's just a touch too clean. You need the lane to break in a little bit. Either the heads or down lane need to break in a little bit before the Nebula or the Viking work. It's just their design, it's their cover. It's just the way it is. I don't recommend either one of them for fresh, unless you are a slower speed, lower rev bowler, then yes, both of them would fit very well for you. 245, I can't really complain. I threw a couple of bad balls there. I didn't really hit them at the bottom and didn't carry all the way. But other than that, really good ball, really good game. Was worth my initial investment. I would buy another one. I would recommend it. I gave you the arsenal. So 10 being God tier, 0 being the worst in the business. This is a solid 9, 9.5. I know I so want to give this a 10. It takes a few games to break in. And that's not a normal Motiv ball. Everything Motiv comes out with, you don't normally need to break in. It comes out of box. It does almost everything it's going to do. And then it hits its peak, and then it kind of goes down a little bit, and then it stays right there for the rest of the bowling ball. This ball here had to break in. That's the only reason it's not a 10. This ball is crazy fun to throw. If you haven't experienced this type of shape or this type of reaction off of friction, you need to at least go try one. I don't know if you can find a demo day or wherever, but this ball is fun to throw. I know I've said that multiple times. It's one of those experiences that you don't think something can move that quick in the opposite direction of what you're throwing it. It's fun. It really is fun. It's probably one of the funnest bowling balls I've had. I don't even know if that's a word, but it's probably the funnest bowling ball I've had all year. It's great. I love it. I would have rated it higher, but it took a minute to break in. If you guys want to support the Pro Shop, xinthepit.com. I'm going to throw a couple up 10 like I promised. xinthepit.com. Get yourself some $10 bowling ball cleaner, $12 foaming cleaner. All right, guys, we're going right to 20. Got some snarky flip-flop t-shirts. We're going to run a Christmas sale here pretty soon, too. 20 up 10. Very flat release, didn't really drive. See, the only reason I don't like doing this after a video, because if I start stringing them together, I gotta stay and finish it. All right, here we go. 20 to 10. We're gonna hit this one just a touch harder. I played that one too vertical. 20 to 10. It was a horrible ball. I got the outside of 10. We don't have dry boards outside. That's why you kind of saw it float. Let me throw another one. Here I thought it wouldn't do it. Whew. Every time during practice the ball was driving. I must have threw that one really hard. All right, 20, 10. Yeah, that's what I was experiencing during practice. That's why I said I wouldn't be able to play up 10. The ball does drive off the end of the pattern. It does start to read up.